You don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand that lower prices can significantly boost your profit margins. Now, one way to achieve this is by obtaining a reseller's permit, which will allow you to make purchases without ever paying sales tax up front. This is good if you're a reseller. This is good if you're a drop shipper. In any e-commerce business, this is a no-brainer. Now, the reason that this is allowed is because you're not the end consumer of your goods. Your customer is. So let me walk you through my experience and this straightforward two-step process to get you your own reseller's permit. It's actually quite simple. So the first thing that I did was head to irs.gov and filed for my employer identification number, or EIN. And you might be wondering, what is an EIN, Brian? Well, think of it simply as your business social security number. Now, you don't necessarily need an actual business or an actual LLC to apply for an EIN, although having one is recommended. You can also file for one as a sole proprietor. However, keep in mind that if you ever decide to form an LLC or upgrade to an S Corp for tax benefits later on, you'll need to apply for a new one at that point. Obviously, if you already have a business set up and you already have an EIN that you want to use, you could just skip this step. Step 2 is to file for a reseller's permit in your own state. This process was surprisingly straightforward and it only took a few minutes. You should be able to find this link somewhere on your state's website. If you can't locate it, you can just Google it. There's several names for it, so reseller's permit, reseller's license, and a number of others. And if you're struggling to find it, then I recommend just giving them a call and asking where to get the form. They should be able to direct you to it very easily. Now, once you acquire your permit, you'll then be able to purchase products without ever paying sales tax on them. This increased all my future profit margins by up to 10%, depending on the state's sales tax, obviously, which is massive. Do the math. Obtaining a reseller's permit was not as complicated as I initially thought. In just 2 easy steps, I was able to unlock better prices, which allowed me to increase my profit margins significantly. I encourage everyone who's serious about reselling or drop shipping to take these steps because they're worth it and they're simple. Now, if you're unsure how to apply for an EIN or where to find your state's website for the reseller's permit specifically, the helpful resource that I'd recommend you look into is the 888 Lots comprehensive guide to this entire process. So if you just Google 888 Lots, how to get a reseller's permit, it will lead you directly to their helpful guide where you can click each specific state and head directly over to your state's website where you can find the links.